What's going on, Tamers? It is your boys, the host of the one, the only best DigiPod in the world, DigiPod, the digital podcast, starring Gino as my co-host to my maybe right, I don't know this time. And we got a special guest, my life savior of Nats weekend.
True.
The boy, Lewis. How's it going? How's it going, fellas?
Yeah, it's going pretty good. We're just, snapping back to reality after a fun weekend in Vegas. So,
Fun. We call that fun.
Yeah, I mean, seeing my friends is fun. Going to a new place is fun. Realizing that not everybody leaves Vegas a winner. So that's also really important to know.
Yep.
Listen, we're breaking the number one rule of Vegas is that what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. We're going to tell you all about it today. We're going to tell you all about it today. I got my Vegas hat.
Stories
I got the Vegas shirt. I'm ready. I'm ready for this pod, baby.
This man Gino came back as a tourist. He went. It's like those people who visit New York and they get the I Love New York shirts.
I love New York.
That's Gino with the Vegas shirt.
No. Okay, hear me out. There's a reason. Okay, I bought the hat because we had to. Our flight was at like 8 a.m. and so we had to be at the airport at like 5 or 6. And I'm like, I'm gonna shower in the previous night because I'm not gonna have time to shower in the morning. I'm just gonna want to sleep, get up, and go. But I have crazy bedhead. So I'm like, I'm just gonna go to the gift shop and grab myself a stupid $4 hat, and that's gonna be my result. And then when we went and we were buying souvenirs for our other members of the family, they're like, hey, for just $5 you can have a t-shirt. And I'm like, hell yeah, I'll take a $5 t-shirt. So there's nothing
in Vegas that's $5 nowadays.
Exactly. True. That this t-shirt cost less than the Gatorade I bought the first night I was there. Straight up. I could get 2 of these for 1 Gatorade. I'm not even joking.
That's kind of sick.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm doing good. Dan, how are you doing? Nobody asked you.
I know, right? Rude, right? Let me stop. I'm all right. I'm still feeling the effects of Vegas. Not physically, more of the mental of it. I'm just, if y'all can't tell by us not posting anything, we didn't do well at Vegas for Nats, unfortunately.
Didn't go so well.
Nah.
We'll go in way more details when we get to that point in the pod. But yeah, we didn't do well, unfortunately, and nothing that says top 16. None of our names were on it, so. We're going to talk about it. We promise y'all we will have a Nats pod, whether it was good or bad. Oh, Gina said, fuck the hat.
I'm losing the hat. All right.
Fuck Vegas.
Yeah, right? All of us are wearing a hat, You got to be part of it. But we're still doing the pod, the post-Nats pod. And here we are with a guest this time. With Lewis, he also participated in Nats, I think.
I mean,
he just been
if we want to call it participation.
He participated as much as the rest of us.
Oh man, I mean, it felt like I just went in just to donate.
And I participated the least out of all 3 of us, unfortunately.
Oh man.
Oh my god. X3 and job, baby. Let's go.
Yo, that's
but anyways, that was not the dream. That was
no. The dream was for me to walk away with this, at least the little rubber participation Lugumon Kazuchimon memory thing, because your guy does not use a playmat with a memory gauge on it. I either use a spell ground because it comes straight from Yugi, or I use a chocobo mat because I like it because of the pretty colors.
Card players are all about shiny things and pretty colors, you know what I'm saying?
I got my Yu-Gi-Oh graphing calculator right over there, sitting in the OG gray red case.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah,
those people go crazy.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am indeed old.
Welcome to the club.
I have what's called the abacus. No, let me stop.
Oh man, he goes, how much attack you did?
Yo, do the points over.
Yeah, that much. You go.
Yo, imagine playing Yu-Gi-Oh with that. That'd be the most wildest thing I've ever seen. You know,
I mean, what's it called? Yami had to do it back in the day. So what's so different from you doing it?
Look,
what's your excuse?
We're past ancient Egypt. I think we're okay. You know.
No, man.
But anyways, let's hop on back to Digimon. Yeah, that's we're gonna talk about, you know, day by day. We'll get to the chunk of it. Friday, the day we decided to leave. Everybody gonna talk about their own experiences, I guess. But Friday for me, I drove to Gino's, and then we drove to. So I woke up at like 4:30 or something like that in the morning. Had to make sure get to his house by 6. I got there a little before that, something like that. And we headed straight to the airport. Pretty smooth ride, no crazy traffic, thank God. And then, you know, airport was pretty smooth, surprisingly, especially in New Jersey. That's probably one of them more busier airports in the Northeast, at least. That's the one a lot of major flights go through it. So it's pretty surprised that we got there smoothly. Like, it was nothing almost. Like, we were chilling there with like an hour and a half to spare or something like that. It was pretty good. And then the flight, that's where I died. Anyways, so, you know, we got there, we got into the plane. Lewis met us there. It was great. We grabbed some food. We got, you know, chilled, hung out. Then we get to the plane. Plane was smooth all the way up to we started to descend. And then that was probably the worst descent I've ever had on any airplane.
Oh my God, yeah.
Pretty turbulent.
I don't know why they were like up and down, up and down. I don't know if that's normal for them because they're passing mountains or something like that. I feel like that's not normal, but I've never flew towards Vegas. I've flown towards Cali. So I don't know, maybe there's a difference or something. I don't know what it was. But that descent for all three of us, because we're all on the same plane, was so bad. I started getting motion sickness. I'm a type of person who can get motion sickness pretty easily. Like, that's why I don't really read in cars too often or like play handheld, because I have bad motion sickness. I don't know why.
That's why I don't read.
Like, yeah. Well, like, you know, like I don't show my phone and read like the whole time or something. Like, that's what I mean by like reading, right?
We play card games. We know you don't read. You don't have to tell the audience that.
True. What's A plus B? Or you know,
it's A plus B. There we go.
The one dude, you know, couldn't read Ex Machina on at Case Event. Shout out to Deshaun.
Yeah. A plus B.
I can't tell what this is. B plus A. That's how it showed on our screen.
Oh my God.
So, anyways, yeah. So it was bad, you know. And I got like motion sickness, and then that kind of just felt like it started out the rest of the day, and it was bad. We landed, felt sick. We grabbed some food after. We went to the Airbnb. Shout out to the Airbnb. The place was super nice for us, Gino.
Yeah.
So glad that like it was like super chill, nothing going on crazy. Clean as fuck too. The bathrooms are clean, rooms are clean, everything. It was pretty good. And we had like snacks and water, so like it wasn't like we got there starving. And we met our third roommate. He got there Thursday night, something like that, right? And so it was pretty good. We went to the convention center and we did the pre-reg. All good. It was all good until before that we had eaten.
Yeah.
Old Vegas.
Old Vegas I'm not gonna go lounge, baby.
You guys had a good time from what I understand.
Oh, man.
Lewis can talk more about it if he wants, because me and Lewis, Friday is basically the same, almost.
Yeah. So it was definitely a moment of oh wow, like this is definitely different from our neck of the woods. Like we get in, we sit down. There was little people there except for this group of like 8 school teachers. Now we go and we sit down. Our third roomie, his back is facing them, and me and Dan are staring right at them. And we were just like, all right, like, you know, this is just like your Chili's, TGI Fridays type vibe. You go in, server comes in, hands you your menus. We thought it was just gonna be that. But you know, as we're placing in our orders, the young lady who was waiting on us, every 2 seconds, she's like, you said no veggies, right? And then, you know, our third roomie is like, yeah, it's like no veggies. And she goes back, she's like, do you want mushrooms on it? And I'm just in my mind, I'm thinking, oh, like there's no way that this lady doesn't think that a mushroom is not a vegetable.
It's a fungus.
It's a okay. It's
Fair
a fungus.
question. Fair question.
And then she came back again. She's like, do you want onions on it? And then I'm just like, this is like a fever dream. I'm like, am I experiencing what Dan's feeling right now? Like, is the motion sickness starting to translate and really mess up my brain? She comes back a fourth time. You said you wanted everything on it, right? Except for vegetables. And I'm like, there's no way that this lady doesn't understand that when he says everything but vegetables, he wants bacon, the freaking whole flavor of the last person's meal that went on that grill. Like, he just wanted that. And we're like, all right, cool. So we get our orders. We all get basically the same thing. We get some crazy garlic parm fries. The thing was like this big.
Yo, that was a big ass plate.
It was this big. And I'm just like, wow, I'm like, I'm hungry, but I'm not that hungry. So I focused on my burger. I asked my burger for bacon. She didn't bring the bacon. She's like, I'll give you a side of bacon. And she got me this, like, you know, it basically it had the texture and crack of like one of those snap bracelets. You know, those shit that you just go whop and it just do that. It felt like a snap bracelet. And I'm like, there's no way. I'm like, she overcooked my bacon to the point where it's like basically burnt. I was like, all right, that's fine. And then the conversation started happening. It wasn't between us. It was between the school teachers at the other table. And my goodness, the colorful language from this 24-year-old teacher to her clearly middle-aged 50-plus staff that ranged from, you know, different types of adult adventures to how they're going to try to coerce a third person to join their party. And it's not the type of party that we're thinking about. Nah, they're playing trios. And you guys know what trios means. And it was a solid just 30 minutes of just unfiltered, you know, we should do this in the bathroom. Oh, you know what? It's like, we should do this right here. And I'm just like, in the old Vegas lounge right here? There's no way. And there was clearly someone over there who had like, you know, they were a little shy or just like not comfortable with the conversation. So as the 40 minutes that we were there progressed, like she left and then they started talking again. And then one more from their group was like, oh, ha, 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 you know, 3 people, we should totally do that. And I'm just like, you know, you're kind of making it a little awkward now. It, like humor passed. I don't think anybody else is laughing anymore. Even if you are being serious, like great for you, but it just wasn't really like, it wasn't really hitting. And the waitress waiting on them. Picture, you never really got past high school, like right here in your head. And you're thinking to yourself, man, I'm like 38, maybe 40, probably 38. My body's still good. I'm going to wear a skirt that's like, you know, this is like my leg. This is where the skirt lines up.
She would get sent to the principal's office.
She would instantly get sent to the principal's office.
Sure.
Exactly. She
was
the
way past, you know, it was higher up to the point. Supposed to be like down here, right?
That thing was like, the skirt was supposed to be like this big. She had it like that.
Yo, did you just pull out measuring tape?
I mean, the measuring tape was because I have like a wire rack right here, so I just never took it out of this room. So always gotta have a proper something.
My man's like, I got the visual aid.
I got the visual aid for you guys. So that 8-inch skirt was 4 inches. She hiked that up and she's like, damn, it's like, I'm getting paid today. I'm getting all of my tips. Maybe more tips than anybody needs, but who knows?
She probably got tipped a lot at the nighttime, I'm sure.
Yeah, exactly.
With the drunk.
So, oh man. Like, and then that was the old Vegas lounge. We left, we had our food. It was okay. I give it like a solid 7 out of 10.
That's a solid 7.
Strong 7 out of 10. Really, really good burger, but not after a rocky ride like from that landing, because I felt the aftershocks of it. And my goodness. And then from there, we hopped on a cab and went all the way to the convention center, where we decided to get our badges. And that was already a headache in and of its own. They tell us to go to the south side. The south side is actually the back side where the general entrance is. They make us trek all the way to the... They were like, go to the other side. I'm like, that's the east side. Like, yeah, the other south side. I'm like, there's only one south side. Like, what are we doing here? And they sent us all the way to the east side entrance. We go in, we grab our badges super quick. all the One Piece players are there in the lounge, just like talking about how they're gonna get this $900 playmat. And I'm like, what makes it $900? Oh, it's Nami. That's why, you know, simp culture, love it. And you know, we go upstairs. Well, we try to stand in line for the Friday vendors line. And you know, not for nothing. In retrospect, we probably should have just stayed on it, considering how Saturday and Sunday was.
No. No.
Dude, I'm looking at all these like people from our Discord, people from your Discord, people on Facebook, and they're talking the same thing. They're like, I stood 9 hours on Saturday and didn't get a Nami mat. I'm like, you stood 9 hours there? That's nuts. And that line was crazy. People were saying that on
Friday too.
Well, the Friday one wasn't as bad because the room was smaller. Like the two rooms are smaller. That was about an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Nah, bro, there was people waiting like 10 hours on that line.
No. It was different instances. It was different instances when we got there. When we got there, it was already at the low point of it. But earlier the day, when the Nami mat first sold out, was when it was at its longest. But we could have stood on that, and people were actually getting their playmats. Although P and Shaq got zapped because EX11 ran out right as Shaq got to the front of the line. And then the Nami mat ran out as Pete was thinking with his 3 fingers and toes, like, should I get it? Should I not get it? And I'm like, can you just buy it and just make a profit? But no, that didn't work out. No one went plus. They only went minus. Yeah. And then
so we decided not to stand in the line. We're like,
yeah,
this ain't it. So at this point, I'd met back up with the boys, and we were like, you know what,
Gino, yours is yours. Once we got to the airport, Gino separates from us because he had his own place with his wife and stuff, so he could continue on that track of the story.
Sure, yeah. Let's run it back. So I'm gonna go to Thursday. On Thursday,
we're going way back in time.
On Thursday, the day before the flight, my friend came over and I had to give him the key to take care of my cats while we were gone. And we hung out, we played video games, we got some Taco Bell. I hop in the car, we go to pick up our Taco Bell, and he's like, yo, dude, your tire looks kind of flat. And I'm like, do not tell me this. Do not tell me this the day before I'm going on like an hour and a half drive to Newark. And I look at it and yeah, my tire's looking kind of bad, but it's not flat. It's not flat. I'm like, you know what? The heck with it. We're just going to roll with it. It's fine. And it was fine, but it was okay. So like your PSI is supposed to be like 35, 36, depending on your car, right around there.
Yeah, just about.
When we came back and I got it filled, I was at 19 PSI. 19. So,
that shit was on the floor.
Foreshadowing for when we come back.
Yeah, right. Well, we'll talk about that a little later. But okay, so whatever. We make it to Newark, no problem. Get on the flight, no problem. Before we get on the flight, I beat Mega Man X3. It was great. I like Mega Man X. Great series. Okay, I had to let you guys know that. All right, so we get through, and when we land, we split up because they have their Airbnb. My wife came with us because, you know, who doesn't want to go to Vegas, right? Vegas trip, new place.
And Valentine's weekend.
And it was Valentine's weekend, right?
And
not only that, but she did sign up for a general ticket, but she signed up too late. And so she never got off the wait list. She never got a general entry badge. And so pretty much when I went to the event, I just let her do whatever she wanted to do. And we met back up later. So we stayed at one of the casino/resorts. We stayed at the Flamingo, one of the older ones actually, and it was really cool. Honestly, Vegas is neat, man. Just like you can walk through any like hotel, and it's just like boom, this is the casino floor now. I watched a dude lose $1,200 in hundreds the first night we were there. Just like there were just like 600s in 2 stacks on the table, and the dealer is just like scraping it away, like I'm just like, damn. Okay. But no, it was cool. So anyway, we stayed at the Flamingo, and the big thing about the Flamingo that made it so great is that attached to it is a monorail, and the monorail actually had a stop at the convention center. So I was able to easily just pop on the monorail. It's like 5-10 minutes. Monorail runs like every 5 to 8 minutes. So like I was right there at the convention center. It was awesome. So we landed, we checked into the hotel, We walked around a little bit, and then I hopped over to the convention center. These guys were at the meantime looking at ladies with their skirts up way too high, and I like a good little boy went over and I got my badge. Okay, I got my competitor badge, and I'm like, I saw the lines, and the lines were crazy for retail, and I'm like, you know what? I don't want to do this right now. I'll wait till the boys sign in, and I'll at least wait with the boys, so I'm not just sitting here by myself on my phone, like just bored out of my mind. So I'm like, I'll come back when the boys come back. So I left. We walked. The Flamingo is attached to like this little side street that had like all this stuff on it. And Lewis, you were on there because that's like where the high roller is and all the stuff like that. The high roller, viewer, if you're not aware, is the giant Ferris wheel looking thing that looks over the Vegas Strip. It's very cool. Lewis can talk about that later. Spoiler alert. But
spoilers.
So we went down that strip, and the one thing my wife wanted to do when we went to Vegas, she's like, I have to get In-N-Out Burger. So we went and we got In-N-Out Burger. Now, viewer, if you don't know this about me, I don't eat meat. I only eat fish. I'm a pescatarian. And there's no fish on the menu of In-N-Out Burger. But my wife told me about this special menu that they have where you can get animal fries, which is very delicious. You get yourself
not the
it's got
secret,
like sauteed onions.
Secret.
It's a secret menu. Like, it's not on the menu. You have to ask for it. But it's got like sauteed onions, and it's got like Big Mac sauce, basically like a Thousand Island sort of sauce. Really good fries. But they also have a grilled cheese. Viewer, what a grilled cheese is they make an entire cheeseburger and they just don't put the patty on. So it's like it's a cheeseburger with no burger. So it's just the cheese, the lettuce, the tomato, the sauce, everything else. And it's like, boy, I bet this would be really good with a burger in the middle of it. It's not a grilled cheese, okay? It's just not. But we did get ourselves some shakes. I got a vanilla shake, and it was honestly probably the cheapest meal we had at Vegas because it was like $30 for both of us. Like, Vegas prices are crazy. And that was like the best, the cheapest food, believe it or not. We waited a while for it, but the fries were good. And it sure looked like the burger was good. So let's put it that way. But yeah, and then that was pretty much it. Again, met up with the boys. Didn't go to retail because we stand in it for like, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes. And Dan was tired and also in pain because he was getting sick. And also, like, you have to remember that we're from the East Coast. And so we're 3 hours ahead at this point. And so it's like
our clocks,
7:30.
Our internal clocks are
our internal clock is like, oh, it's 10:30 right now.
Yeah.
Like, me and my wife, when I went back to my hotel, we went and we walked the strip a little bit. Very cool. You can look at pictures of Vegas up and down, but you have to actually be there to like really appreciate the scale of everything. It's crazy. Like, Caesar Palace is like 3 blocks long. It's insane. Yeah. Like, there's just, the architecture is really cool. Like, if that's something you're into, like, honestly, you could go just for that. But we walked it a little bit and we came back. And it's like 9 o'clock. I'm like, damn, I'm going to bed at 9 o'clock at Vegas. Like, it feels so weird, but like in our brains, it's like midnight. So it's like, I never ended up getting off of that. I was always waking up at like 5 a.m. and like going to bed around like 9:30, 10. Like, but that was it for day 1. Day 2, Nat's Day. Dan, you want to start us off for Nat's Day?
Before even that, so we get back.
Okay, yeah.
We get back after we get back after we go to the convention center. We decided to grab food for the weekend, which was actually probably smart because we would have spent a shit ton of money on like breakfast and all that stuff. I mean, we got snacks for the weekend, breakfast specifically, water. Yeah. We drank all that water too. It wasn't even like, normally I probably wouldn't have drank all that if it wasn't me dying, but yeah, no, I needed it. But anyways, we spent like maybe like $100 worth of food or something like that.
Yeah,
split 3 ways. Split 3 ways.
It was like 111-ish for everything.
Yeah, something like that. But well worth it, honestly. And then we didn't even eat dinner just because like our lunch was, for us,
it was so
late.
Heavy.
And
it was so heavy though.
We got back. I was already starting to feel sick, but like I didn't know it was like that bad. And then I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go knock out. couple hours later, it's like midnight, 1 o'clock. Basically from that point on until 6 a.m. I don't know. I don't remember when. It was a 6 when I texted you or 7?
It was about 6 in the morning that you messaged me.
Yeah. Because the only reason, so from that point on, I'm in and out of bathroom. Like, I'm not gonna go into details, obviously, but in and out of bathroom every hour on the dot. Like, it was bad. Like, my stomach was in so much pain. I felt so sick. It was really bad. And then I saw, because at that point, because I was trying to sleep in between. So, like, I would close my eyes, and then I'm like, well, yeah, this is not happening. And then, like, back and forth, basically. And so I saw he was online on Messenger. So I'm like, I messaged him. I'm like, yo, you're up by chance? And then he's like, yeah, what's up? I was like, I'm dying. I am legit dying. I don't know if I can make it through Nats. I'm fucking dying right now.
And I'm like, 1 second.
He was like, hold on, I got you. And then he comes out with a fucking bag of like medicine that he carries with him on emergency because he comes prepared. He was like, yo, and then he was like, yo, take this, take A, B, and C. Hopefully this will help you. And by the time we even start, I'm like, all right, cool. So I think it was like, I don't remember medicine was, but I know you gave me like the liquid IV shit, probiotic yogurt, Tylenol I had gone because mind you, this whole time with the stomach thing, I'm having a major headache. So like the whole weekend, I had a major headache with it as well. And so like every like couple of hours, I'm like, hey, yo, you got some Tylenol on you or whatever it was.
And I'm like, yeah. And I just
popping pills.
Like, it was this thing.
yeah.
Just pop it out. Yo, this thing is the best thing on the planet, by the way. You got your allergy medication, you got your Advil, you have your acid reflux shit.
My man came prepared.
And
the funny thing is, like, I had a thing of what's it called? The pink stuff. I can't think of it right now.
Pepto-Bismol.
Pepto-Bismol. Yeah.
Upset stomach. I guess diarrhea.
I guess from last time, right? And it just been in my bag, but it was sealed. So like I forgot about it, and I found it. I was like, oh shit, this will help. Yo, it did not help at all. Like that's how bad it was. My stomach was like such a mess. And he was like, yo, take this. And then he was like, yo, let's go get Imodium type of medicine that helps you stop going to the bathroom. And the whole time I'm just drinking liquid IV and water. And then we brought snacks with us. And like the whole time, like I couldn't eat because it was like the moment I would touch food, I was like immediately sick feeling.
You're like, I'm terrified.
Yeah, I don't want to eat, but like I got to eat something.
You were scared.
Like, yeah, because I knew because like I've been down this road before many times. So like I know how it feels. And especially we're trying to do Nats, but like I can't focus because like I'm like half asleep and fucking dying. So it's like it was rough. So like I did like a quick play test with our roommate, Panzer. Shout out to Panzer out here doing a different pod nowadays with Varney. But I was like, let me see if I can at least like think through plays and like play the game. So like I was able to do it, but like at the same time, it was like still in the back of my mind. Like I'm trying to focus on this, but it was like, goddamn, my stomach hurts. But goddamn, I feel sick. And so I was like, all right, I'll do this. And then we eventually get to the venue, and you know I feel prepared as playing Digimon again. Lewis is playing Cutie and Gino's playing Maruki over 2K. We're all pretty confident with all our matchups. I don't know about Lewis. He could probably talk more about the Cutie matchups if you want. But like I was very prepared for what I thought I was going to see versus what I ended up playing. And so like even if I was sick, I felt like, all right, I could probably at least like work my way through certain things and I'll be all right type of thing. Wrong. Wrong. Unfortunately for me. Nat started at 10 a.m. something like that, right?
Yeah, about 10.
So I'll talk about my matches real quick because mine's probably like the quickest talk out of us three. So I mentioned earlier I go X3 drop. My first two matchups were Jesmon and the third was Cutie. Round one against Jesmon felt like I could tell he was nervous. He wasn't really, it's his first Nats. He's never been to like a big event like this. So like in my head, I'm like, all right, I think I could just probably like pack this up real fast and call it a day. And then He hatches Gurumon. I'm like, all right, I got a decent starting hand. I should be all right. And I see him going, Huckmon, blah, blah, blah. And he plays like I think it was the Master Disciples. And he hits an Examon. And I'm like, Examon? What we doing this? Like, at that moment, I'm just like, all right, this man is playing some jank ass Jesmon list. Pack it up. I'm good to go. And
little did you know.
And then he was also playing the what's it called, the gym training card. I forget what it's called.
The Sistermon Sisters Training Gym.
There you go. That's what it is. Yeah. And so I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. I set up board. I get to the point where I'm setting up for 5 OTK, call it a day turn, and Raze gets to the Diabormon play. I'm popping off, swinging. I kill his board, whatever it was, no problem. Third check pops out is the Systemon training gym. He drops Systemon Seal, the one that says when you suspend, you de-digivolve. And I don't know why I didn't think about it. And so I go swing with Diabormon. Because I was swinging with tokens first. I think it was because I thought of the Crimson Blades. That was probably what it was. And so I go, because I remember just doing three checks and then swinging with that. Oh, no, it wasn't. I swung with Diabormon already. My fault. No, rephrase. I swung with Diabormon, did the 2 checks with Diabormon, played out the 2 tokens, yada, 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 right? Realistically, I should have did it reverse because of him de-digivolving it. But anyways, so he goes, block, de-digivolve. I was like, I forgot that's a thing, kind of type of thing, right? Like I totally blank because I'm thinking of I'm about to OTK him. I don't care what he does because there's nothing he can do to stop me.
Well,
normal Jesmon list don't really run that card anymore. So I didn't even think about, all right, hold on, let me swing with something else, or that maybe I could pop this first before I even continue my plays. Where I could have, probably not. I think I would have been F'd no matter what in that situation during that turn, because his following turn, he just suspended de-digivolve my Diabormon anyways. Yeah. So it probably, hindsight doesn't matter. But I shouldn't have swung, and I should have did something else and set up board. I might have had Diabor X, I don't remember. But I know I was going for the OTK turn, and I'll stop at that point because I swing with Diabor. He goes de-digivolve. I go, oh damn, I don't have another Diabormon on my hand. And so, mind you, I could have been totally an asshole about it and be like, oh, these tokens have rush game anyways, you know what I'm saying? But I wasn't gonna do that because that's cheating. But he didn't know that. I could tell he doesn't know that because he thought he was still dead regardless. I was like, that's not how it works. And so I passed turn, whatever it was. He ended up doing something, and it became a weird back and forth. It gets to the point where I have the errata that can suspend to redirect, and I don't know why when it comes to his last turn, I don't know why I don't suspend it, for just to stop one attack, one of his sister mons to crash, because I hard drop an Inframon to pop something, and then I don't know why I just don't suspend it again, because a little tired, and so maybe that's why. I don't know. And he goes into whatever the system on is. I think the Awaken that stun something, right, Gino? I think it's,
and then it goes into the life Awaken afterwards.
So he does that, and I was like, oh, okay. And he eventually goes Jesmon combo Omnimon for game. And mind you, the whole time when he's doing it, I was like, oh, I'm good. I'll still be all right, regardless. I didn't know he had the Omnimon because I never saw Omnimon this whole time because I saw Examon. So I didn't expect to see the Omnimon play. And I already knew he was no Genku, so I didn't even care about it. I think he Crimson Blaze earlier. That's why I had no board. Anyways, so I'm like, all right, cool. And then he goes to that, and I'm like, I just lose because of that. If I just suspend, have one Systemons crash into Inframon, he doesn't go for game. And then the following turn, I have game because he had no security or something like that at that point, whatever it was. I'm like, all right, cool. I lost game 1. I should be all right. Game 2 happens. I have the most awkward hands possible when it comes to stack. And the type of stack I need versus Jesmon is something that can interact with him going to Savior, play Sistermon, and either I play something and de-digivolve the Savior, or I pop the Sistermon so he can't get the end of turn suspend. So he was doing those plays, and I just had no play to be able to interact with that. and he just goes 3 checks, and I go, oh, I have no way to deal with this board, and I'm just losing the font like turn later, something like that. So I'm like, all right, whatever. I felt like I threw this game away because I definitely felt like I had game 1. But all right, we'll try to, you know, round 2, right? We got a whole bunch of rounds after that. And so round 2 happens. I'm like, all right, no problem. Try to, you know, still sick, still whatever, but we'll try to do whatever. I run into another Jessamon. I'm like, all right, cool. Again, I know how to deal with Jessamon when it comes to playing as Diaboromon. And again, his build was awkward. And I'm just like, what are we doing here? He goes into like OG, Savior Huck, the one from BT5, whatever, 6. And
the one that when you play
the one that was limited.
Suspense.
Yeah, the one that was limited. Yep. And so he going into that one, going as a combo. I'm like, oh, this is not your usual stuff. All right, cool, whatever. Mind you, like anytime I play test against Jessamon, it's a more like, I guess, optimized version. We're not running like the crazy different things, and like Ganku
more CS heavy.
Or Onmore. Yeah. And so
like the more CS heavy stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right, cool. I'll try to deal with this, and I really couldn't fully deal with it just because I ended up having weird hands, something like that. And then he ended up prison blazing me. Cool. I lose game 1. Game 2 happens. I just OTK him fast and called it a day. And then game 3 happens. I didn't have a Diaboromon, I think it was. And then he ended up having somehow he went like 2 checks, unsuspend 2 checks, something like that, or 3 checks, whatever it was, because it has the unsuspend on it. He somehow kept turning when he did everything. I think he had like double or triple Master Disciple, and like he just went up. It was something crazy where he put me down to like 1 security pretty easily, and I was like, I have no answer to this because my hand was ass, and he ended up getting it. I was like, great, fantastic. So all right, we lose round 2, cool. I because it was relatively fast. I go sit down somewhere, drink some more water because I felt so dehydrated, and then round 3 starts. I go into I play against Hootie. I know how to deal with Hootie as well because that's something I wanted to play test a lot into because I know we're gonna see Hootie-mon, and Diaboromon has a pretty good matchup into it. Reasons being is because CS Infamon says no DP neg and no bouncing, and that's a main part of Hootie-mon's. Oh look, he's back. That's part of Hootie-mon's major removal is DP neg. So if I have the DP protection plus the Diaboromon stack, there's nothing really they can do about that unless they go into Shakumon and stuff. But like if you're doing that, if they're popping something else, then I can go play a token, pop something on their board, and just stops their whole combos. I never had it. Game 1, I went 3 games. Game 1, 2, and 3 never had that type of combo. And game 1 was a grind fest. It was like a 30-minute game or something like that, where it was very back and forth. But I never had like an Infer DP neg protection plus a Diaboromon. I would have the Infer protection with no Diaboromon hand, or I went straight to Diabor X, and I'm like, oh, I got no Diaboromon. I'm just cooked. He ends up going into a board state of like Justy combo into like the DNA to Shaku, go into Justy, and did that. And then on my turn, I finally found it like a Diaboromon. I finally comboed the F off, and I ended up winning because of that. Armageddon plus Diabor X combo. It was a pretty strong play, and I ended up getting the W because of that. Yeah. And
we
so
overclocked.
I'm feeling good going to game 2. Game 2 happens again. I don't see that combo that I want to see at all. So I never have DP protection on the Diaboromon stack, and he just blows my shit out the water basically. And I got OTK'd on that one pretty quick. I'm not gonna say turn 2. It was probably like turn 3 or 4, whatever it was. And it got cooked. Game 3 happens, and I hit the brick. I go rookie, play up. I mean, technically it's not brick because I go rookie, I go boost, and I never find a fucking Infamon. and I go, oh, I'm cooked. And then that was basically what happened.
Sad days when you don't see your pieces.
Yep. And so that's basically what ended up happening. And I was like, oh my god. And I'm like, all right, cool. We end up finding like a Care X. Cool.
Give me 2 seconds, guys. I'll be right back.
Yes, I go raise Kara. I go Kara X because I have to gamble at this point because he's already set up for going to game, and I need to do something. I go into Kara X, Evo draw, play token, draw for Sumi. Now fine. I go, all right, we got a trading or what a boost, whatever it was. Let's go Curry Saruman, Evo. Don't draw into Inframon. And I'm like, I'm cooked. There's nothing else I could do. I dropped a searcher, I think it was, something like that. Tried to find again off the top, could not find it. And at that point, because I'm already wasting 3 memory for the play, like it's not much I can do about that. In hopes to God that they just don't have it. And even if I Evo into the Inframon and set up, and I don't find an Inframon, and I pass turn off or something. I might have been like another like option search or something, and then I finally find it. I don't remember, or I played a tamer, don't remember. And then he just goes raise whatever, goes to the Hudi, does the Hudi combo, and I end up losing, just because I couldn't find what I needed in that situation. So I ended up going X3. I was way too frustrated, way too mad, way too tilted to like continue just to continue because I knew everybody else was still playing. Because everybody at that point, everyone else was either like 1-2 maybe, or 2-1 or whatever the record was. And so like I knew they would probably play a lot longer. And so like I thought about it, but I was like, I can't. Even if I went, you know, it was 8 rounds, I believe, right? If it was 8 rounds, even if I went 5-3, right? I go on a win streak. I go 5-3. I make top 64. Whoop-de-doo. I get like 2 packs. I don't really care. And my mindset at that point and how I was feeling, there was no way for me even to like be able to do 5-3 at that point. And I was just too avid. I was too mad. Like everything like I mentioned before. I just couldn't, and I just went and sat down somewhere to try to like calm down because I was just so furious at myself for being sick, so furious at myself for being, you know, tired, and maybe like I try my best to do everything I can because like I knew I can get sick pretty easily with my stomach because I've always had stomach issues. So like throughout the week, I made sure like I ate right. I didn't eat anything that was like unhealthy per se, like, you know, fast food or like crap type food, because I knew, you know, I had this coming up. Bam, day fucking of, I get sick, and so like all the shit is running through my mind, and they're running through their tournaments. I'm just sitting in one of the tables in the back. I'm just like salty as AF. Like if someone would just be like, "Hey, nice to meet you," Dan, I would have looked at you like, "Yo, go kick rocks." You know what I'm saying? Like
I need you to take 2 steps back. Yeah,
like. And then after that, I ended up doing like I walked the con, the rest of the like the con. It was super cool. Like for people who was in tournament play, like seeing the giant, the life size Garurumon was awesome. Their like Digimon displays were really cool. They had like a cool little Diaboromon game where you guys smack the screen with all the Kuramon or whatever.
Kuramon, you're right.
That was the
Kura, yeah.
No, the Kuramon, yeah. And it had like the what's called the stamp games. You run around, you get stamps for this little booklet you get to keep. You get to prize it in for a little card, a little promo. So I ended up running around doing that because I was like, I don't know what else to do.
Very cool.
They had little like gotcha machines, which was pretty cool. Who else? They had the Gundam assemble. I didn't do it because I know how to build Gundams and stuff like that. So that was pretty cool to like look, and I saw they had a lot of Gundam stuff. Had a little cool little things. I would love for future wise they would do more because there's so much space they have. They could definitely like do more like stands or whatever for that type of thing. But yeah, that was basically my Saturday, and I'll let one of these guys take from there.
My Saturday, I actually got to the venue really early because we got a notification on the Bandai TCG Plus app that was like, you need to check in by X time. And I was like, oh, I guess I have to check in addition to picking up my badge the previous day. So I went early and I was there. I was in line by like 7:30. I mean, I woke up early. I wasn't like, once I was up sort of thing. And it's like, what am I really going to do with my morning? I got myself an overpriced Starbucks drink and sandwich. And then I headed down to the venue. So hopped on the monorail, got off, chilled in line. I met a pretty cool guy from Texas. We were talking about Digimon. He was playing, I think he was playing Gallantmon. He wouldn't tell me what he was playing just in case we matched up, but he kept saying all the red things. He's like, I am playing a red deck though. And then as he went on, I was like, oh, I can tell you're playing Gallantmon. But whatever. Really nice guy. I ended up getting my playset of Destromons off of him. We swapped some of the championship stamp cards. And it was nice to have someone to chat with in line. So we got in. Shout out to that guy if you end up watching this pod. I got in and I was like pretty early, like the first like big group to get in really. So I went straight to the Digimon stuff. I took my picture with Garurumon. They had a big giant blow up Agumon, which was really cool. They had a bunch of like just lots of really neat stuff. The back wall of the Digimon display talked all about Beat Break, Elysian, and Time Stranger, so that was pretty cool. I got to use the panorama thing on my phone to get a good picture of all three. Very cool. Just like for me, this was my first nationals, so I didn't really know what to expect. I didn't really know what I was doing, so I'm like, I'm just going to be early to everything so that I'm not screwed in any way. It was cool though, man. I walked around. I was able to get to the gachapon machines before they sold out. They had like the little it was like a digi egg and then the rookie at the top. So I ended up getting Patamon. But they also had the cool little like VHS tapes. That was also cool. I also pulled a Patamon there. I don't know. It was just Patamon day for me. Oh, sick! Yeah. Show that off.
I have mine right here. There it is.
Super cool.
There it is. Yeah.
Dan ended up pulling 2 Biomons, and I was like, you know what, bro? I got you. You can have my Agumon. I'll take a Biomon off of you. But
he doesn't know because I was so tight right there. I was so tight, and then I did that, and I was like, damn, I got 2 Biomon. What the fuck? And then he traded me. I was like,
was this after? Was this after your X3 run too? So it was like. Yeah, it brought you. Yeah. It brought you up.
He was a soft hat.
Yeah, 100% did.
Like, because Dan just handed me the Biomon. He's like, "Yeah, nice. I got 2 of the same. Here you go." And I'm like, "Yeah, I got you." I'm like, "Unless you want the Patamon, but I know you don't want the Patamon. I know you're an Agumon stand through and through." But yeah, it was cool. The gacha machines were cool. Not quite a life-size Gundam because I don't know if that would fit in the venue, but they had a big Gundam there, which was very cool. Really cool to just walk around and see everything. Yeah. And there's a certain sense of superiority of walking around like the day before while you have your competitor badge past all the general entry. And it's like, yeah, exactly. Like, I was invited to be here. US had to buy it. But it was cool though. It was really cool. Like, even though I didn't top, I had a great time, honestly. And maybe that is because it was my first Nats. And for me, I set myself 1 Digimon goal a year. Last year it was to top a major event. I did that with an Ulti Cup. And then this year it was to get to Nats. I did that. Maybe next year I'll be a little more salty if I don't top Nats. But it was super sick. So my matchups, I ended up, as these guys said, I ended up playing Maruki OTK. Specifically Maruki OTK. I'm not playing any other BS, no Homeros, none of that. I want to punch you in the face. I want to find my one of Hammer Spark, Blinding Ray, Grav Crush, and I just want to beat you before anything happens. Spoiler alert, Lewis has some words about this deck build. We'll get there though.
That's because he ran into someone else that's running
extra spice.
Extra spice versus yours.
A little extra, not even spice, just extra. Like he man on a mission type vibes.
I sat down and my first opponent, he goes first. He flips Wanyamon, the green Wanyamon, and I'm like, oh crap. So I flip my Bukamon. I'm running blue Buka because if I have nothing else, it means I can OTK you with just a Maruki stack. or a Neptune. I also run the one of Neptune because he functions roughly as a second Maruki, or a fifth Maruki, I guess, technically, for my build rate. But he flips Wanya, I flip Buka, and I say to him, the race is on, because I'm assuming we're both just trying to OTK and be done with it. He was actually running a more control-y build. He was running the actual Central Town option card, as well as Minerva Mons and all this stuff. Game 1, the race was on and I won. I found all my pieces very quickly and I OTK'd him pretty easily. Game 2, I made a major misplay and I was kicking myself. I'm like, I do not deserve to win, like, because I could have won turns ago. I ended up winning anyway. I 2-0'd this guy, but what ended up happening was my last turn, I'm like, if I find Maruki, I win. And if I don't find Maruki, then like the game goes on. I can do like 4 checks, or no, I can do 3 checks, and then we'll just play it out from there. So I end up going into Sylphimon, and generally with this deck, you get to Sylphy, you boost yourself to 3 memory, then go to Maruki. So you generally don't want to swing with Sylphy because you want to be 22k as opposed to 13k when you do your checks. But if you're missing stuff, you can go for the Sylphy checks. So I was missing something, and I had Demi-Devian sources, so I had to draw one, trash one, and of course I draw the Maruki off of it. But I had Blinding Ray and Grav Crush and Hammer Spark all in my hand at the same time. I dropped Blinding Ray, or I dropped Grav Crush, and then I evoed to Maruki, and I forget what the situation was, but I needed one more memory because I evoed into Maruki, and I'm like, oh crap, like I can use this Hammer Spark now, but it's not enough to win me the game or something like that. I forget exactly what happened, but the point is, if I would have just Blinding Ray and Grav Crush, I would have won the game on the spot. And I was 1 memory off because of it, and I ended up going long. I remember the last turn, he just drops Minerva Mon, and he has, I think he had Homeros in play at that point, so he's got 4 blockers. But I've got Tapirmon, I've got Garurumon, and I've got Marukimon, which means I have 4 suspends live, basically. So I just lock down all of his blockers and swing past them. Yep, 100%. But I was kicking myself, like, I did not deserve to win that game, but we'll take it. Now, prior to Nats, I was telling Dan the only matchups that I'm really afraid of are Tax Knights, because that kind of shuts down the Hiroko Asuna shenanigans. And I hope I don't play Burrito, the only Beelzemon player at Nats, probably, because I have a terrible matchup into Beelzemon because he just plays Baelmon. I can suspend it and swing past it, but then he aces me. And you can't remove Baelmon, or else it just spits out the Beelzemon ace from trash. And guess who I come up against? The Beels Baron himself, Burrito. Shout out to the boy. It was very cool to meet him in person. I hadn't met him in person that time, but we've played tons online, so very cool. He's as nice a guy as he is online as he is in person. So very chill dude. So we sit down, and we're both like, you know what? If one of us has to lose round 2, at least it's to you. So we sit down, we play, and game 1, I find my stuff pretty quickly, but so does he. And I'm in a situation where he's got Baelmon on the field, and I have to hope he doesn't have ace. I watched him bottom deck 1, and he has 1 in trash. And I'm like, if he doesn't have it, I win. But if he does have it, I lose. And he had it. Right? So it was just if you got it, you got it. Like, because I can't out Baelmon, or if I do, it doesn't matter because the ace from trash comes out. So it's like, either way, I'm getting de-digivolved and my combo turn is over. So he had it that game. Game 2, I went very fast. His security was complete and total garbage. I didn't hit a single Death Slinger, Rivals Barrage, nothing.
I'm about to say,
right. I mean, I get a body back thanks to Sylphie, but yeah, it's like, it still sucks. It ends the OTK. True. The security was trash, and I blasted through it. And then game 3, this never fails. Whenever I play Burrito, there is one game that I brick. And this was the game I bricked. Opening hand, no rookie. I mulligan. This deck lives and dies on seeing rookie turn 1 or turn 0 in your opening hand. You want rookie in opening hand, and then everything else doesn't really matter because it probably searches you and finds you what you need. So I mulligan, grab again. It's all 4s, 5s Maruki. And it's like, no rookie. I didn't find a rookie the whole game. By the time I found a rookie, it was the turn before he had 30 in trash. Like, there's just nothing I was doing. I can't play a body because Impmon just burns level 4s when he's milled from the top of the deck. So I couldn't really even hard play anything and stop anything. It was very frustrating, that game. The game I did win, though, it was funny. He's like, all right, play Impmon. And it's just like, I'm basically, here you go. I'm telegraphing my only play, which is Beal's Ace. And then I go, okay, Hiroko started turn, Gatomon kill. And he's like, all right, let's go. Like, but yeah, so unfortunate, I took the loss there. Round 3, I went on and I played Hoodiemon, however you want to say it, the butterfly, the big bad.
Huddy.
So I sit down and shout out to this guy, Steven, if you're watching. He said he subscribed to our channel because we got talking about my counters.
Hey.
Varney Prince digi counters. You can find them on our shop. But I have a bunch of reject counters that Varney gave me when he was testing prints, and I use them all the time. I love them. I love to, just put them on the field. We know how much DP. And he's like, man, those things are so useful because Hoodie is always like, stack this DP, stack this DP, stack this DP. And it's like having those little counters really helps just keep track of the game state. So a little shill there by our counters. But beyond that, this one went 2-1. And I won, I think I won this game 2 and 3. The main thing I remember is that game 3, I didn't get my OTK, but I did a bunch of damage. I did 3 checks early, and my first 2 checks were Shakomon. And I'm like, I am goated, because now that's 2 less Shakomons I have to worry about. He can't loop as easily. And he ended up only finding 1 other Shakomon. He never did a Betamon to pull one back. So he couldn't loop me. And I was able to win because of that, basically. He ended up hitting some tamers out of security for me, I think. And then I just did, LOL, you gave me 4 less memory, so now I can do whatever I want. Yep, pretty much. So I ended up getting that 2-1. And then round 5, I played against, I think he got 3rd. I played against Ben. You guys probably know him. Yep.
Oh, shit.
So Ben got 3rd. He's playing Magnetic Dramon with some really cool techs. He's still on the one of Gogmamon, which I did see, and he did body me with it. And he's on the one of Justimon, which we saw search, but he bottom decked it. I think it was in security once. There he is. There's the boy. You can watch Ben's video on it. He has a great. He talks why he still runs the Gogma, why he's still on the Justy. It's a cool video. I listened to it the other day. But shout out to the boy Ben. He was very nice. He's just like he is in the videos. He'd draw a card and he'd go, sad face. And whenever he didn't pull his stuff. But game 1, game 1, he popped off because he had Uko. The second and a magnetic player goes turn 1 Uko, it's like, well, I've lost, I feel like, because they get their 2 tumbles in trash so quickly thanks to that. And it's like, is there really a fighting chance here? I don't know. Right? Yep. So
set up.
Yeah, like turn 1, I ended up, I think I did Rookie in the back, and then I slammed Dan and Cannon, then tap in between theater, and then he goes Uko for 1, close for 4, put me to 1, and like, I couldn't get my stuff fast enough, and he just blew me out of the water there. For those of you who don't know, there's a storm rolling through, and it's messing with my internet. But all right, where was I? Ben. So Ben cooked me. It was really cool though. After the match, he's like, I actually didn't expect to see this much TS. Can you please show me the combo and how it works in case I have to see it again? So we sat down after the match and I showed him, look, it doesn't matter what memory you set them to. You can put them over, but if you can put them over, but if they have a boost, then it doesn't matter. And if you just put them to 1, it doesn't matter as long as they either have the boost in play or one of the cheating 0 cost options. which will hopefully get hit on our ban list. Hey, tune in next week for our ban list predictions video.
Spoiler alert.
And then my last round of the day, so I went 5 rounds before I went X3, and then I ended up dropping afterwards, obviously, because once you go X3, that's it. And it was Valentine's Day. I did want to, spend a little bit of time with my wife this trip. So I went back and we got some food. But I'll talk about that in a minute. First, the rest of my run. The last round I played was against Time Stranger. This guy was playing it wasn't like a Mega Zoo because he was still running 5s and stuff, but he was running a lot of different level 6s. I saw Venusmon. I saw Marukimon. I saw, what's the other one? Minervamon. I even saw Jupitermon. So he was on a bunch of different top ends, and boy, did it work out for him. I remember at one point I was like, oh, I have a chance. He's used Aegiomon to like kill his security. Like he's got 1 security left. All I need is 1 good play. And then he's like, okay, Jupitermon to end turn and recover 2. And I'm like, oh, it's over. It's so over. I'm so cooked. He had Homeros in play too. So he does it again and goes back to 3. And I'm like, oh, there's just no way.
Yeah.
I remember the first game, I just didn't see Sylphimon at all. Sylphimon is the one and only level 5 I'm playing in my build. Turbo Sylphie, get to Sylphie, you win the game. I just did not see it, unfortunately. But it was just bad. Way back in round 1 when I played against the Central Town guy, one of my strategies was to drop Sylphimon for 8 because I saw multiple Sylphimons. And if I didn't get, so the turn I didn't get my pop off, I would just put him to 5, and then he couldn't really do any of the things, and he would just hard play a Mega, and we'd go from there, sort of thing. And it ended up winning me that game, but unfortunately, because I never saw Sylphimon, I couldn't really do that. And since I'm only running Maruki and Neptune, it's like there's no defensive backbone in my deck. It's literally punch fast, punch before you, and that's it. So unfortunately, he was able to just stop me. And game 2, I also did. I think that was a game where I didn't see a rookie turn 0, and so I was behind a turn the whole game. And he set up the Jupiter, he set up the Minerva. I couldn't even get safe chips because Jupiter is going to burn me as well. And it's like it's really tough to play around if you can't remove Jupiter, and Jupiter protects himself from being removed anyway. So just really, really rough. And I was kind of, after getting bodied by Magnetic, I was like this kind of sucks. Like now, even if I win the rest of the day, it's only a chance that I get into top 16. So it's like, this is going to be rough. And I petered out, and I didn't find my stuff, and I couldn't do what I wanted to do. So that was it. I got cooked. I went my X and 3. I took my drop. I went around, did the stamp rally like Dan was talking about. Because at this point as well, Lewis's run has ended, so we all just were like, "That's it, we're done. Let's do something else now." I ended up leaving and going back to the hotel. We got delicious sushi, but we'll talk about that later. Let's hear about Lewis's run. Lewis, how did your Nats morning go?
Oh man, so Nats morning, I was brimming with confidence. I was like, man, it's like I feel so good. I'm playing Hootie OTK, no options, all gas, no brakes. I was playing I was playing the free option, so I was playing HPD. I was playing Blinding Ray. I was no Gravity Crush, but I was playing Hammer Spark. So I didn't want to go full degen because I was still playing Pile-Germons, but some people still found space for everything. Go figure. And round 1 played against TS Central Town. So they were using Minerva, Maruki. They had a pocket Neptunemon for weird plays. Game 1, I do full combo, go 4 Shakomons, and then go straight into Pile-Germon and call it a day. Game 2, He sees his combos. He sets up 6 bodies on the board. It was very annoying to get through anything. I didn't see any Shakomons. I didn't see any Pyldramons, which would have been great to just stun the whole board. And then they went Blinding Ray, Hammer Spark, OTK me. Okay, that was fine. Central Town was pretty good because they were able to get Alliance and the extra DP boof, which really was annoying for Hootie because I didn't have enough bodies to do the full DP minus. Game 3, I didn't see any level 4s aside from Seadramon. So game 3 was Seadramon Turbo, swing, draw a card, Alliance, do the thing, Chitose, pray that I can find a Gatomon somewhere, but nah, it was just very disheartening. So round 1 goes to that. Round 2, I played against... What the hell did I play against? I played against Diaboromon, and I lost because I forgot that Diaboromon X has Overclock, and dude just pieced me out. I swung security check +1 after the Alliance, and then I hit Tamer. I was like, okay, this is really bad. All right, cool. Let's see what I can do from here. He sees all of his... I played out 2 defense trainings for him. He was at 1 security, 2 Tamers out, level 4 in the back. I was like, yeah, I know exactly where this is going.
Yeah, cooked.
He gets me. Game 3,
Man,
though.
I wish I had fucking Tamers and trainings and security all day.
Game 3, it was a repeat of round 1 where I didn't see any Hooties. So it was just me going Ankyla, Angemon into Shakomon just to try to press the board a little bit. I misplayed, which ended up costing me the game. He had I think it's a Karamon X in the back, which is a 3K. I had a Chitose, Ankyla, and I was just about to go into Shakomon. He had a token on the board. I go swing Ankylamon, use Chitose, snap the token, and then I go into Shakomon, taunt the other token, and I have blocker barrier. What I should have done was just swung through the original token, then taunt the other one, and then when the Karamon comes out, I go block token, and then I go Chitose, give it -3 and kill it. And that would have been the game, but I messed up. I go X2. Round 3, I play against Hootie Mirror Match. I win. He was playing more options than I was. It was unfortunately 2-0 in my favor, so I just, counted to 4, counted back to 3, went back up to 4, swing. How many Shakomons do you have? And I said yes. Round 4, I played against Styrakomon Turbo. Unfortunately, did not see Styrakomon. He ended up just getting bullied the whole time. I felt very bad. And then round 5, the thing that basically told me, you know what, Lewis, maybe it is time to go. I play against TS Maruki OTK. Game 1, I didn't see a Hootiemon. He ended up just going straight Sylphimon, swing, do the additional checks, blah, blah, blah. I was like, all right, cool. Game 2, he does... I put him to 2. That was the most I could give him because I didn't have anything else that would put him over. Aside because I had Shakomon in my hand, so giving him 8 memory was ridiculous. And then he goes, put him to 2. He goes Hiruka, and he plays the purple tamer, cat girl, plays her out.
Asuna,
yes.
Asuna, yeah, goes Asuna. Goes Gatomon, goes Cyclomon, Gatomon, DNA, swing 2 checks, then goes into unsuspend phase, and then goes Blinding Ray, Gravity Crush, ADP, swings into my life.
ADP is crazy.
ADP hits Hammer Spark and hits a Tamer. I was like, okay, good. Does nothing, great. Then goes into Maruki and just kills me. I was like, all right, X3, I'm gonna pack it up. Clearly, my deck didn't want to work for me, which is fine. It happens to the best of us. I had a really good run with Hootiemon through 2 store champs and a couple of case tournaments, so I chose my strongest deck. The other deck was essentially going to be what's it called? I was gonna play Blue TS, but I didn't feel comfortable with the Netumon plays. So it was unfortunate. And then the last pick was actually gonna be Demon Lords. We were like trying to like teach me Pocket Demon Lords to see if I can like, you know, get like some good games out, but Demon Lords is like too slow against these TS decks because if they just swing tall, it was just obliterated. So I was like, all right, let's not. So unfortunate, but you know, I ended X3 like Gino said. We met up, we went around. I got myself a little Patamon Gachapon. I sold some One Piece stuff, which was great. I had some like, you know, Gundam stuff that I picked up, but I left it in the room that day. Then the end of the night was I met up with my other friends from New York, and oh man, I was so that day was fun, but it sucked. So we went from the convention center to Area 15, which is like some like artsy, you know, you can walk through it and do some stuff. They had like little pop-up shops in it, things that you would see like in Manhattan. Like, you know, people who just make their own jewelry. There was like a little coffee thing there. They had some food stands. They had a VR arcade, which is essentially just the, you know, the headsets with the phone on it. It was like one of those. It wasn't even like Meta glasses or anything.
That's crappy. Come on.
We did that. They had like a laser maze thing that you could run through, which was pretty cool. Clearly, I couldn't beat my 6'3" friend who was able to reach through the lasers and touch the buttons with his incredibly short companion. So they beat us by quite a bit. Yeah, so that was unfortunate.
Should have called for a judge.
I should have. I've been like, no, not cheating. So that happened, and then we had ramen in the same place. It was very bad. I did not enjoy it at all.
Rip.
Yeah.
Not the bad ramen.
Ramen is so disappointing because it's so easy to make good ramen, I feel like.
It was unfortunate. I felt so bad. I felt bad for myself. And then we went to the arcade there. So they had like, you know, for the purchase of the ticket, they gave us like a bunch of coins to go for the machines. And I saw a Time Crisis machine. And I'm like,
the hell yeah.
I'm like, I need to play Time Crisis. And they're like, oh, you nice? Yeah, we nice. We got 5th on the machine. Let me see.
Hell
nice.
Dude, Time Crisis rules.
Oh, sorry, we got 6. We got 6.
It's always fun.
So my friend Tom, who I was with, I was just locked in. I was just like, and then he's just like, yo, like, are you okay? I'm like, you know, when you have a little bit of like, when you're doing something, that was for me. That was my.
He was locked in.
Time Crisis. I was locked in. I was just pop, making these dudes break dances as I'm shooting at them, and he's just like, dude, I'm like, what the? And I'm just like, yeah, I'm like, Time Crisis, and me go way back.
Time Crisis rules.
After we do Time Crisis, Gino mentioned that I did the high roller. So the high roller is this big Ferris wheel that looks over the whole strip.
He drew a picture of it.
and it's right past all the hotels, the Flamingo, a couple bars, and this is not a BMO from Legend of Zelda. It's actually the giant globe, the sphere thing where they do the concerts in. Yeah. So we just got the regular pass. Apparently, if we paid like $30 more, we can get all you could drink for like the 30 minutes that you're on the wheel. But we don't want to do that because we already brought our drinks from Fat Tuesday. So they sold us these giant cups filled with daiquiris. By the way, it was the worst decision I ever made because that thing haunted me for the next day. So after we do the wheel, we go back to the hotel room where my friends are staying at. And it was 1:30 in the morning. And they're like, you know what? Let's play some craps. Fast forward. It was 7:30 in the morning the next day. And during the night, I was messaging Dan like, yo, it's like, I need to know the address. I need the password for the B&B. And he sent it to me. And then I was like, oh, it's like for me to go back 20 minutes, sleep for an hour, come back. I'm like, might as well just stay here. and I ended up staying with a friend of the same friend in the hotel because he's like a rewards member or something, so he got like a free hotel room. So we check into the room at 7:30 in the morning. We get in, I knock out. I hit the bed and I was just like, I can't do this anymore, and I just
what
fell
hotel
asleep.
was it? Do you remember?
It was Paris.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So through the night, I recollect afterwards that my friend he made me get a Caesar's rewards card, so he was gambling under my name. So by the end of the night, I had gold status, a little bit close to platinum. So now I can book hotels ahead of time for like $50.
That's crazy.
So that was great. Guys, remember, just have friends that are degenerate gamblers, and you can get free rewards.
Yo, facts.
Yeah. Pro tip though, if you ever go to Vegas, you've never been there,
Buffalo.
get yourself oh, we'll talk about Buffalo. No, but get yourself a rewards card because you can get yourself like $10 like free, like just free value, for out of the machine, and then if you're not gonna put a ton of money on it, then it's 10 free bucks in slots, penny slots. That'll last you like 10 minutes maybe.
Just play the craps tables, guys. Don't play the electronic ones. And then that was my crazy night. I've never felt more sleep deprived in that moment than
especially since again, we gotta reiterate this because we are 3 hours ahead. It's not only like 6 a.m.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Here, but it's really like he stayed up to like 9 a.m. the next day, basically.
That's
which is crazy. And then, mind you, like we'll talk about the Sunday in a second. Like he stayed up all Sunday too, as well, because we did side events, and then didn't go to bed till like 9 p.m. the next day or whatever it was. At that point, we'll get more into it in a bit. But like, while he was over there having fun, me and Panzer, my third roommate, we went back to our Airbnb, and I just like died. All jokes aside, I like Saturday night, just because like I didn't have much to eat. Like my stomach wasn't as bad at that point, and so had a friend come through. She was coming to visit as well. I thought we were gonna go out to eat. Come to find out, she got sick as well, and
That's
so
funny.
we ended. Yeah, right. And she ended up getting like we went out and grabbed like a quick something to eat, like a sandwich or something like that, and then we brought it back to the Airbnb. And then we kind of just chilled. I was gonna say Netflix and chill. Literally Netflix and chill.
You chilled and watched some Netflix.
Whatever y'all want. Thing happened after that, you can go ahead. But yeah, we chill, hung out. It was cool to talk with her. Unfortunately, that was the only night we got to chill. And our roommate was left alone for his vices. Man felt knocked out on the couch. The most funny shit ever. But yeah, that was like our night as well.
Oh man.
And that was like the only time I got like something good, like chilling with her and shit. Because the rest of the week was ass for me. And then Sunday comes around. The only reason why I did side events was because Lewis was like, "Yo, I'm doing side events." They had the signups already. Sign up for that shit. I was like, I'm so salty. I don't think I could do this.
Yeah.
But like, I was like, fuck it. I don't know what else to do. Especially during the morning to daytime, because I know she was busy doing her own thing. And I was like, F it, I'm gonna sign up for these. So fast
Dan,
forward.
before you continue, Dan, I actually have to drop off because I am being called in to do some work right now. So no rest for the wicked men.
Sure. All right.
All right, guys.
Thanks
Peace.
for joining us. Peace.
No, thank you for having me.
Moving forward. Well, anyways, yeah. So side event, we ended up doing side events. They had side events specifically for competitors, and it's kind of weird. So like the pricing was, first off, it was best of one, which was like best of one, and then secondly, it was pricing was based off of a point system where however many points you can get certain prizes off what's called the prize wall. It felt like if you were probably a general admissions, you probably got a lot easier ways to get higher point values and get like the really good prizes off that prize wall, because it was only like 3 events for us that we can do, which was 10 a.m., 12 a.m., and then 2 p.m., 12 p.m. I should say.
Yeah.
And so you kind of got you were able to sign up. Come to find out, you were able to sign up for all of them. So and you were able to play because they were going to wait for the people that want to do like from 10 to 12, 12 to 2, and so on. I wish I would have done the middle one because I would have got more, but I didn't know at that time, so I just signed up for like 10 and then 2. So I played 2 different decks. First one I played Ogremon OTK. Basically, I was like, if we're gonna play a best of 1, I'm gonna try a high roll win. I went 2 and 2.
The Japanese mindset.
Yeah, exactly. I went 2 and 2, and my 2 wins were no shows.
Oh no.
And then my 2 losses was legit against TS, and their first play was so happened to be drop Minerva, and they have no idea that I can't beat that. And so I'm like, yo, you dropped that, I just lose. They're like, what do you mean? You're playing Titans? I was like, not really, but kind of. And so legit, because if you have the combo, you just can't win because a blocker just stops you. There's no piercing, even if they block with a small body or anything like that. No piercing on at least EX1 Ogremon stack, and as you know, it was so funny because the one of the rounds game 1, it's only one game. I had the combo and I could have gotten it, and he dropped the Minerva, put me to like 6. I was like, God damn you, I can't do anything. And he was like, didn't understand what I meant by that. And I was like, here, I'll do whatever I can, but you got blocker, so I can't win. And then he finally understood, and I showed what the combo was about. He was like, oh, okay, that's cool. I never seen it before. I was like, yeah, it's a thing. But same thing would happen with the last person I played against. He also did the same exact thing, except like a little later, just because like I was trying to search for the pieces. And then he drops out. I was like, God damn it. At least that game, I had everything to climb up to a Titamon and then do Tita Bellucci plays, so I didn't feel as bad. And I felt like I could have won, and I think I could have, but I feel like I might have made some misplays in sequencing certain things, because that deck, like normal Titans, is a very sequential type of deck where you need to do certain things play after play in a certain way to like get to maximize. And I felt like I definitely misplayed some places, and that ended up costing me the game. So I went 2 and 2 on it. And then the last one, I decided to play Digimon. I was like, F it, let's try to do it. And I went another 2 and 2. Weird. I played against... I just remember my losses. I don't even remember my wins right now. My wins was... I don't remember. I really don't remember right now. I feel it was Imperial Digimon for one of them, or like Red Purple Imperial for some reason I'm thinking of. All right, I don't know. Anyways, one of my losses was against the Digimon mirror match, and that matchup,
oh no,
is all about you raising second and capitalizing on their stack and then just destroying it. And I was forced to raise first because I had nothing going else, and I had to just raise and do something. And then he was like, oh, I think I'll just lose because, oh, it's because I ended up doing like 4 checks. But I ended up giving him like an errata or something like that. And then I didn't draw to the Digimon X to go for game. And he was like, oh, I think I lose. I was like, nah, you're fine. And then he raised, destroyed my stack basically. And then I tried to get back, but I didn't have enough gas to be able to continue, because it was like legit just that one stack, and that was it. That's the only thing I could do. And ended up losing. And then, I played against Omnimon, who was one of them. My third round was against Omnimon. Ended up cooking the guy pretty easily. I was just way too fast for him, surprisingly. And then I ended up winning. And then round 4 was against Leviamon. And I just could not get a good setup against Leviamon, because I know what I kind of need for Leviamon, and it just was not it. And like I had the worst stack ever with no protection, so his pops just popped my stack, and then everything. I was like, yeah, I'm cooked, buddy.
That's rough.
And he dropped Biting Crush for like 8 at one point, because he knew I was gonna go Kara X raise, because I had only a Carrot X at one point. And he drops another Leviathan. I was like, well, I can't play, I can't play a token. So we gotta do it the old school way, Evo up the chain. And dealt with the Leviathan X. I was on board or something like that. But because I gotta play the tokens to do that, he goes play Leviathan. He popped my tokens. I couldn't get a game. And then the final turn, he just like, Leviathan popped off, whatever. Oh, he hit an errata out of security. I was like, this is not the time for an errata. He goes, Leviathan X.
Like, time, baby. Yep.
I was like, God damn it.
The checks continue.
Mind you, I've been playing, Nats Day and the side event. No erratas out of security at the whole time. And he against Leviathan. Blah. I was like, no. This
never fails.
Not the time. And then I ended up losing again. Went another 2-2. I got some cool stuff. I was able to get a play set of the 3v3 participation pack from the OG ones, like the Biosmon, Black or Greymon stuff. So I got now I have a play set of the Death Slinger, I think it's the Impmon, and then the Yamon, and then the Koro and Agu, whatever it is, for I think it's just Koromon for Greymon. So I was happy with that. Got some Ulti Cup rookies. Got my play set of Eggio Chusmons now, so I could build Jupiter. So it wasn't too bad. I wish I would have got like higher numbers so I could try to get the War Greymon, the Black War Greymon 3v3 and the blast mode. But it is what it is. And that was basically my Sunday. And then by the time obviously Lewis left, so real quick talk about him is he ended up doing the same record as I did for both games. And he got his Ulti Cup stuff. Found out that the Shalmons are like $20. I wish I would have grabbed the Shalmons. I grabbed I finished my playset of the Gumdramons. But yeah, they're like $20. I was like, oh shit, I should have grabbed those instead. But yeah, so he got that. Then we hung out, and then because like we were just tired, we went back to the Airbnb. We chilled, and then got ready. We chilled, went to bed pretty early. Got ready for the next day.
So as for me, Saturday night after I left the venue, we got sushi. It's a really cool place off strip called Neko Sushi. $35 a head, but it's all you can eat, which is really cool. And sushi enjoyers, you'll know when you get sushi, like especially all you can eat places, they load up on the rice because they don't want to sacrifice all the good cuts of fish. They got to maximize their profit or whatever. But let me tell you, this place, the rice cuts, were so small, and the cuts of fish were huge. It was awesome. This place was great. It was, however, Valentine's Day, and so our 45-minute wait turned into an hour and a half. We waited for like 106 minutes, I think. They had like an app or whatever, a website that you could check where you were. So we waited forever for that, and that sucked. But the food was really good, and it was worth it. So that's what we did, and then we came back to the hotel and chilled for the night. Sunday, we spent the day in Vegas. I did not do any side events. I did not come back to the venue. I really wanted to see Vegas. I wanted to do some gambling. I wanted to hit the slots. So that's what we did. I got to walk all the way up and down the strip. We went all the way down to the very end where like the Strat is, and all the way up to the other end where, what's that one called? The Luxor and Excalibur. You got to see all the different places. It's really cool, man. It's the best way I can describe it is gambling themed Disney World, because it's like everything is just like larger than life and like really cool. And like honestly, I was expecting to not like it. I was expecting Vegas to feel like a little sleazier than it really was. I know when my wife was looking for stuff to do on Saturday while we were at the venue most of the day, she was like, yeah, I'm kind of afraid. Like, I don't know how safe it is, like being just a woman by myself in Vegas. And turns out completely fine. If you have any negative feelings about Vegas, you could throw them out the window because it was very chill as long as it's, during the day. I mean, there are some, I'm sure, little skeezy places here and there, but everywhere I went was honestly pretty cool, pretty standard. If you've been to any like major city, like it's about what you expect. Like, but it was honestly really cool. Just walking the strip, and then I got hooked on the slots, baby. let me tell you about my boy Buffalo. Okay. So I looked up what the best,
gambled the first time and he was hooked.
Honestly, I sat that I was like, by the end of it, I was like, I understand how people get addicted to this because I get it, man. I get it. But I do have self-control. So I said, I'm going to spend $100 on slots and I'm just going to play penny slots the whole time. Cause you can change the denomination for each spin. Obviously it costs more a spin if you increase the denomination, but you also get a bigger payout. So, whatever you want to do there. But I'm just going to pay pennies because $100 is my, my entertainment value. I'm getting $100 worth of entertainment. If I double it, I'll stop and whatever. So, me and my wife were kind of figuring this out at the same time. So she got some money and went towards some slots. I got some money and went towards some other slots. But I Googled to see what the best beginner stuff is. You know what I mean? What should I aim for? What do I not want to get trapped by and suddenly lose all my money, right? And they said you should look for, one of the machines was Buffalo. And it's a Buffalo themed machine. And holy cow, it's very fun. So it's a slot machine, right? But how it works is instead of having to make lines, it starts from the left. And then as long as you have the icons next, you're good. So for example, the best thing you can roll is a Buffalo. So you can get a Buffalo on the top line and then in the middle and then in the top again. It doesn't matter. As long as it keeps going straight across and you start on the first reel, then you're good. Now the thing with Buffalo, the thing with a lot of the slot machines is that they have a bonus. Okay, so there's a meta here where you build up your bonus. There's a meta to slot machines. Okay, you build up your bonus.
Let me hear.
As soon as you hit the bonus, you cash out. You take your money and you bounce to another machine, because some of the later Buffalo machines, for example, someone can build up their bonus and then leave the machine. And now the bonus is only a few spins away. And that's how they get you. Because you'll sit down in a machine and be like, ooh, the bonus is real close. Maybe I only need a couple coins. Some of the Buffalo machines, you collect different colored coins. And then the bag will fill up when the bag bursts. Then you get a big bonus. That's what got me. There was one bag that was full. And I'm like, oh, I bet if I hit just that one bag, I'll be good. I ended up gambling all $60 that I had left there. But without hitting the bonus. But whoever came next, let me tell you, I'm sure they got the bonus because I filled up all of the other bags. but that's how they get you too, man, because you'd be like, oh man, but I bet if I put another $20 in, I'll hit that bonus and then I'll get it back. And it's but I'm like, no, I'm gonna stop right at 100 and I'm good. But it's fun, man. It's fun bouncing around and it's you just chill, you hit the slot button, you hit a 5 in a row and it goes Buffalo and it's yes! It's great. It's really fun. You hit the bonus. I remember at one point I was out of my 100. I was down to my last $10 and then I hit a bonus and boosted back to 60 and it's oh, this is great. I love this.
That high is what gets you.
Yep.
That adrenaline boost.
100%. There's actually a casino 10 minutes from my house that I've never been to. That's not true. I've been there once for someone's birthday. There was a show there and we went, but I never gambled there. But I'm like, man, it's just right there. I could just at any point.
He might try.
At any point, I could just go over and see how the Buffalo roam. No,
I remember in my way back when. This is a hot minute. This is some Dan lore real quick. This is 2017, 2018. No, it was the end of my end of that relationship, so it has been 2019. Yeah, because it was Valentine's Day weekend. So me and my ex went to what's called Mount Airy Resort, which is in Mount Pocono. It's a casino, hotel, spa, and we spent maybe I think it was for the whole weekend. I think it was $400 or $500, something like that, right? And so we went in with maybe $100, $200 to gamble or something like that. Especially at that point, definitely had to been something cheap because we were broke college students, and I worked at Best Buy, so I ain't really making that type of money. And so I think it was a Lord of the Rings slot machine, and boy, I hit jackpot like crazy. and I must have won like about $800 to $1,000, $800 to like $1,000, something like that, off that machine. And I was gonna keep going, and she was like, "No, what are you doing? You just hit the jackpot." I was like,
cash out.
She was like, "Yo, cash that shit out," and I was like, "Nah, I'm trying to play. Like, what's up?" We win with $100. We're already plussing. We're good. We don't need to. She was like, no, cash out. I was like, fine. You was like a party pooper over there. Like, I'm trying to gamble. Like, I'm bad with it. That's why I don't try to do as much. Just cause like I know I could get myself like, yo, I just hit. We gotta keep going. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially like if you're like gambled on like video games that have like slots or something like that or whatever. Oh my God, I'll be on that shit for hours if it's a good one or something like that, you know? Especially if there's something to win for it. It's always like Pokemon. If you remember back in the day, like the OG Pokemon, that's how you get like the Porygons and shit. Yo, I used to be there hours trying to win that shit. So like I know how I can get. But yeah, funny story. That was one of the few times that I went gambling and I actually like went crazy.
So I won a lot. I didn't walk away with any money, but I did have a really good time.
Yeah, at least you had a good time.
Right. And I didn't go crazy and just keep dumping my cash in. So I'm happy for having restraint, self-control.
Comes to find out Gino bet his whole house. Like Vegas owns his house at this point. Yo,
listen, guys, we have a Patreon now. I really need you guys to give us some money.
Yo, right. So then Monday comes around, we make our trip back, and long story short, just because it's not much to talk about, flight was smooth, everything. We get back, our tire is pretty goddamn low, drivable, but pretty low. We try to go to a gas station real quick, Wawa, because we know Wawa has free air, right? And it's canceled, it's closed. He was like, yo, this is probably like one of the few times I legitimately seen like Gino like actually upset. And I was just like, he was just like, he had like a small crash. He's like, fuck this shit. Ain't nothing going right today. Fuck this, fuck that. I was like, yo, what is happening here? I've never seen him like that. Like I've seen him like tilt in games and stuff like that, but like actually like crash out. I was like, oh wow, that was crazy. That was pretty funny.
Crash
like,
out.
yeah. Like it wasn't like crazy, but like I could tell he was just generally upset about like damn, it'd been great we had like a, you know, because safety, because I've been there before where like I've driven on low and then like it pops and then, you know, now we gotta pull over on the highway. If we have a donut, put a donut on. I have what's my infamous called another lore story. Won't go too much into my vacation from hell. We went to Hershey. On the way back, we had a pop tire pop. We put the donut on. It took us like 40 minutes to get this tire off because it was so rusted that it was impossible to take off.
Jeez.
So we finally get it off. We get the donut. The donut fucking blows up basically.
No way.
Like 40 minutes later or something like that, we pull into the wind gap exit, and comes to find out my aunt ran out of gas before we popped our tire, and they stopped in the same gas as the same exit. And then my uncle walks like 2 miles down the street to find the closest open gas station. And this is like at 3 a.m. and we don't get back home till like 5 a.m.
Jeez.
Yo, that shit was so crazy. There's a lot of things that happened that was bad that day, but that was like one of those things that was like the camel on the hump, whatever it's called, whatever the thing is called. It was bad. Like it was crazy. So like I've been in that type of situation. So I was a little nervous. I was like, we're driving a little low on this one, but we were able to make it back pretty safe and sound. We got back around like 6 p.m. to his house, and I got home around 7. And then for me personally, I took the day off next day, able to just relax, recoup, get my body right, just like chill in my own space again. And there's always something I always try to do, especially anytime we go like Nats, we go to Nats. The day after, I always make sure to take a day off, just relax, because you can't, like, it sucks. Imagine like you traveling. Monday's your travel day. It takes your whole day. Next day, I go back to work at 6 a.m. or 7 a.m., whatever it is. Oof, like that shit sucks.
I feel you. Yeah. My wife ended up taking off the day after.
Yeah.
I took off the day before because I have like pre-travel anxiety where I'm like, okay, I got to make sure I have absolutely everything ready to go no matter what.
I'm so bad with it. Like I packed legit like that night of like, so was it Thursday? I packed Thursday night.
I did too. No, I packed on Thursday as well, but I'm like, I got to do my laundry. I got to make sure I have time to do it. Like, even though like, well, I could have just gotten out of work at 4, gotten home and like done my laundry, got everything done. But I'm like, no, I'm just going to take the day off and make sure everything goes, because otherwise like I'm just going to freak out about it the whole day at work, and it's just going to be a bad day at work, and it's just going to, you know what? I'm just going to take the day. And that's how I roll.
Exactly. But yeah, so that was Nats for us. As a whole though, give my quick thoughts on like Nats Bandai Card Game Fest, I should say. I think this was probably their best one. Honestly, from I've been doing this for now, was it 4 years, something like that now. I did the 2 LA ones. I did Orlando. I missed, unfortunately, Texas. I heard Texas was terrible this year, so that was September. And then this year, this was very well ran. I love that they gave us our separate entrances for us, for competitors and in general, because when Orlando, it was bad because it was all one entrance for everybody. And so the issue was that for people, like, good thing for competitors, you were able to just walk past them anyways, but like it was a huge like crowd of people you had to like run through and stuff, especially on competition day. I love how in the venue it was very separated. It was very easy to get to, because there was some years where it was like we had to like walk across everything to like get to it and like get to the competition. And like because it wasn't like separated as well, it was very loud and noisy. Like the one year and the second LA one, the stage where they had like you know, the commentators and all that stuff, they were there streaming on the stage and stuff, that was right next to the competition. So we heard all like the loud noises from like we're in mid games, and we're hearing like One Piece talking about getting nonsense or some shit like that. I'm just like, yo, like how are we supposed to focus on this? Like, this is crazy. I think that was the year that P got second and went to Worlds. I think that was that year. And but this time it was separated, easy access for us. I think that was like the best part. The only thing, again, I just don't know how they can fix this. It's just the sales lines. Oh my god, like
they should really separate it by game. I feel like that's because that way us Digimon players, we're gonna get right in, because we got like us in Union Arena, we're gonna get right in. Like
we don't care about Gundam, you know, One Piece or Gundam. We just want our Digimon shit. And so it was like, I wish it would be like separate lines. That's my only complaint. The retail lines suck. I understand that, you know, maybe One Piece player want to buy Digimon stuff, but like realistically, a lot of these One Piece players are not buying Digimon stuff just to keep. They're doing it just to resell potentially, if they're doing that, and vice versa. Like me personally, I want the training folders. I want whatever Digimon stuff they have so I can buy. They had like cooler, small like Agumon Gabumon things that I heard they have for sale. I want to buy one of those, but like I'm not waiting online 5 hours just to go buy shit. Like that's ridiculous. I just wish it was separate. I understand it's all under one umbrella for Premium Bandai. I just wish they were like, all right, One Piece players, here's your sale line. Digimon yours, Gundam like this. And if you're in a specific game, and if you're worried about poachers or, you know, people resellers, like they were, because they were trying to ban people if they found that you were reselling stuff, then yo, you keep them separated, and you're not gonna really have as much resellers as well if it's all separated. I just, you know, a thing. But overall, the tournament itself ran really well. The judges were all great, improvement compared to years past. I heard there was like, I think one bad judge call, something like that. Don't remember right now, but everything else was pretty smooth. Their top 16 was pretty smooth. Everything they did. The streams were pretty solid. I think for us Digimon, having DigiPanda and then I forget who the other guy's name is, did a phenomenal job on their commentating and stuff like that. Almost forgot to talk about this. Sunday was awesome for the spoilers. For anyone that loves the spoilers, they spoiled a lot of stuff from AD01. We got the ban list. We're going to talk about the ban list. March 15th is when we get the ban list date. It doesn't come into effect till April 4th, I think it was, something like that, or April 14th, something like that. And that's gonna be probably our next pod. Wink, wink.
For sure.
A ban list prediction. So yeah, super good. How'd you enjoy? What you thought as your first like Nats experience? How you thought it was for you personally?
I thought it was really cool. Like you said, when it came to the tournament, everything was run very smoothly and really on time. Like I was expecting there to be, so they told us right away, hey, you guys aren't getting a lunch break. We're playing straight through.
Yeah.
And usually, even though that's true, round 3, there's usually a longer break than the rest of them because that's when all the X3s end up dropping, and it takes however long to get that sorted out. Not here, man. Like, we were basically on the hour every round. It was really good. So I like that there was no delays. Like I said, the only thing that, like you said, I should say, the retail line needed to be figured out. I wish it was a little easier to get in there and get stuff. It wasn't really clear where the lines were sometimes either. Like the day when I came in to get my badge, like they're like, oh yeah, you just go into this room, and like everyone's clustered in the room. I didn't even realize it was a line, like because they just had tape on the ground.
Definitely a cluster.
Like some stanchions would go a long way. Those are those things you see at like the movie theater.
Yep.
Like, in case you've never heard the term, it's called a stanchion. But it's like man, just a little more organization in that, and the retail thing. I just want to buy my Digimon. Like, I don't care about buying a $900 Nami mat. I don't care about, getting Gundam, whatever. Like, I just want to buy my Digimon, and I shouldn't have to wait 300 years behind all the Gundam and One Piece players. Like, it kind of sucks. Stamp Rally was really cool. I love Stamp Rally. It's very Japanese. Like, only the Japanese would think of Stamp Rally. I wish the promo reward was a little better because they're all the cards that we've got so many of. I borderline almost got like a One Piece card or something because it's like I already have 100 of this Digimon promo. But honestly though, it was very cool. I really enjoyed it. I loved going just even as a Digimon fan. Like I said, I wasn't even that mad that I didn't do that well because it was just so cool. It was just a very cool experience. Next time, we'll get him next time, boys. DGU at top tables next.
Yeah. More final thoughts, I guess you could say. Yeah, I was just disappointed at myself, disappointed at not being able to do well. I put so much time into this Nats prep, I felt like, in comparison to others, and it just didn't pay off. Unfortunately, things happened with me being sick. It is what it is at this point. And that's what hurt, because like I know I put the time and I felt very prepared this year. Like I didn't even like wasn't nervous. I wasn't anything. I was like, I'm good to go. I'm ready. I'm prepared for anything and everything that I was expecting to see, especially TS, Styrako, Jessmon, normal Jessmon. Let me put it like that. Hughie, even everything underneath the sun. I was prepared for, including like road decks like Yelzamon, including even like Dearborn Mirror or whatever Prepmon. If that were to pop up, I don't know if anybody was playing it, but like anything, I was prepared, and I didn't feel like Rocks, I should say, because Rocks got third. I shouldn't forget Rocks. I was prepared for Rocks. That was arguably my worst matchup is Rocks, and I was like, all right, I understand what I need to do. As long as I'm able to see it, I can deal with it. And man, it just didn't pay off. That's the worst part about it. Like, there was no payoff at the end of it.
Yeah, I get that.
It hurts my soul as someone who's just naturally so very competitive. Like, I'm just crazy competitive, and so like when I couldn't do anything about what I did for it, it hurts. So like for me, I had to take a step back. We had a case event, like we mentioned in the beginning, we didn't go to. Gino just didn't have the cards. I mentally was not able to do it. Realistically, like I was trying to prep myself to like, yeah, I want to go because I want to see the homies. Because I know it's gonna be a minute before we even go back over there. And so I wanted to go compete, have fun, just have a good time. I wasn't even gonna play Dearborn. I can't touch Dearborn right now. It tilts me too much if I play it, because if I don't see what I need to see in a certain matchup, I'm just gonna be tilted and I'm not gonna be able to enjoy it. And I enjoy playing that deck very much. So like not being able to enjoy it like sucks for me right now because of that. And so it's gonna be a minute before I even like touch it like in a competitive setting. I feel like just because I know what's gonna do to me. It's also pretty too, and max already is like
Yeah.
But yeah, so I won't be touching that for a bit. It just because of that. Needed a break competitively. That's why we didn't go. Let me rephrase. That's why I didn't go. Maybe Gino needed a break also. But he just didn't have EX11. That's what he told me. So I don't know. He could talk about more if he wants.
If I had the cards, I would have went. But it's just like I didn't. EX11 came out while we were at Nats. Obviously, we didn't stand in the retail line, so we're not getting boxes of EX11.
I wasn't buying $120 boxes when we could go home and buy it for like 90.
Yeah, I didn't even know they were marked up that high.
Yeah.
So A, there's that, and B, it's like I don't even like I gotta try to figure out a way to get it home because like my suitcase is kind of full. So like I gotta pack those in, and it's a whole other hassle. So I'm like, I'll just get them when we get back. And then yeah, it's like, oh snap, this event's like the day before I would normally go to pick up our boxes. And then it ended up snowing on that day anyway.
Yeah.
So
snowed yesterday for us. Yep.
Yeah, that would be yesterday at this point. So I still don't have my EX11 stuff. I haven't got a chance to play with it really. Even on the sim, the decks that I want to play are currently bugged. So it's like I can't even like test it and see if it's something I would even want to run into this meta right now. It looks like not many people play the EX11 decks though. It looks like it was mostly Time Stranger, Time Stranger show at the case event. So maybe I should have went. I kind of wanted to the morning of, but I'm like, nah, it's fine. I'll just chill. Ended up playing some video games and watching the stream, and it was fine.
Same.
Yeah.
Same. But yeah, so with that being said, this is going to be, like I said, had a break. I'm good now. I kind of like decompressed from it. So like I'll be all right. Next real competition for us will be April. We're going to the Virginia regional. I'm stamping it in now. This year goals again. We got it top of regional, obviously top 16, no questions asked. I don't want just a top 16. I want to consistently try. Last year was like I'm gonna win one or at least top really well, whatever. And I had 2 good tops, I think it was. But I want to like, all right, if it's a regional coming out, all right, top 16 guaranteed, top 32 or minimum top 32, like where I go X2 and just bubble out or something. I want to be more consistent with my tops because like I know I'm really good at this game, and I know Gino's really good in this game as well. And it's just sometimes like we go into the regional and it just doesn't show because it's like, great. I had an unfortunate situation where like I just didn't see low 5 or I didn't see the 6 or something or some nonsense. So I just want to try to like nip that in the bud, try to consistently do well. Top 16. Now we have some cool things to win for. We have the uncut sheets for top 4. So I'm definitely trying to do get top 4. I got a top 4 for something. I think it was that purple hybrid. Whatever it was. I don't remember anymore. Anyways, I definitely want to try to win one of those just because like it shows like, all right, I got top 4. I haven't won a regional, so hopefully that's a goal as well. I would like to win a regional and go back to Nats and just like redemption arc. This is the DGU, not even just dance. It's DGU's redemption arc in competitive play because we fell on our faces again, and I hate that this is like a recurrent theme that at Nats. This is not the first Nats for me, at least, and this is arguably probably my worst one. And so this is definitely redemption arc for us. We need to come back stronger and better next year. Hopefully the meta is just as good as it's currently, because I don't think it's that bad. There's some things that
I agree.
We'll talk about when the ban list talk is, but I don't think it's that bad. Some tweaks here and there needs to be done, but I think BT24 was a phenomenal set, and
Agreed.
EX11 just adds to the power and adds a whole shit ton of decks to be played, and I think that's really good to see moving forward. So I'm excited for when real competition starts dropping and getting to competitive mindsets again.
Yeah, because until Worlds, we're kind of like on the off season. So time to reset, time to readjust. And same as Dan, I would very much like to get a top 16 at a Nats. So that's my next goal. That's my next thing I'm going to push through. And obviously to do that, got to do good at regionals. And yeah, I think maybe like a year or so ago, my mindset was a little bit closer to like, I want to play a fun deck and win. Like I'm ready to just like, if this is the best deck in the game and I feel comfortable with it, that's what I'm going to play. Like, you know what I mean? Like before I was kind of like, I kind of want to do this. I kind of want to do that. I mean, I know I was a Mirage player, but I love Mirage. But you know, like I'm ready to lock in. Let's get it this year.
Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Give Gino some of my competitive juices, you know?
Listen, I'm plenty competitive. Me and Dan, when we're at the finals of even just locals, it's like, let's go.
Yeah, for sure. It's so you ever see what is it like the Pokemon battles when they're clashing, you see like the red aura and the blue aura crashing? That's basically us when we're playing.
Exactly. The boss music starts going, the rival battle.
Yeah, exactly. That man's up by like 1,000 at this point. But that's it for us for this pod. Next pod is gonna be an exciting one. I hope we have our special guest coming on. KNT Elixir might be coming on. We'll see. Hopefully for our ban list talk, and I think that'll be a great one. So tune in next week for that pod. You know, make sure you do the thing. You know, hit the like button, comment, let us know what you think. If you were at Nats, let us know how you did, or you know how you thought Card Bandai Fest was ran, especially if you were general entry or whatever. Let us know
for sure
what your thoughts is on that. And with that being said, we'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.
Momentai, everybody.